News Radio WRVA, the voice of Virginia.
9:33, the experiment. 9:33, the experiment with Rich Herrera. The 9:33 experiment. 9:33.
It's 9:33 here on News Radio WRVA. Let me tell you this. For the bottom of my heart, I'm so grateful to be here with you. And I want to tell you happy Independence Day. Happy semi-quincentennial. Happy 4th of July to one and all. So it's pretty simple as we get ready. And this is our final show before the 4th of July. We put this out on YouTube. We simulcast this. We stream it on YouTube right now as well. I love this country, and there's a lot of reasons why I love this country. It's been so wonderful to me and my family. I appreciate the opportunity that I have to make my dreams come true. I appreciate the fact that I can work hard and succeed. I appreciate so many things about the freedom that we have in the United States. I can go on and on and on about why I love this country. But I want to hear from you this morning. I want to hear from you this morning. What do you love about the United States of America? 833-804-1140. It's the 933 experiment. I have no idea where we're going. I have no idea what people are going to say. I have no idea where you want to go with this. But I think more talk, more speech is better than less speech. More free speech is better than no speech. And I want to hear from my fellow Virginians and Americans today as we get ready for the 4th of July. It's a simple question. And we'll make it first-time caller friendly as well. If you've ever wanted to call into a talk show, or if you've ever thought about it, or maybe you've never thought about calling into a talk show. Today's your day. It's pretty simple. Put yourself out there a little bit. 250 years ago, our founding fathers got together and they said, let us pledge our good names to each other, and let's create something special, something that's never been done before. We'll have these crazy ideas that we can represent ourselves. We have these crazy ideas that you can self-govern, that you don't need a king or a ruler. You don't need a dictator. The American people can rule themselves. And at the time, it was absolutely insane. These people were radicals. These people that said, yeah, we could do this. Everybody goes, no, you can't. What do you mean you're not going to have a king? You're going to let the commoners tell us what to do? No, that's ridiculous. Now, 250 years later, we're at a crossroads. So I ask you this. What do you love about this country? What did George Washington and Thomas Jefferson and Madison, Monroe, what did Ben Franklin and John Adams get right? John Hancock, what did they get right? What do you love about America today, 250 years ago? Because today's the second. People are rushing back to vote yes on the Declaration of Independence. It's the biggest breakup letter the world has ever seen. We're telling the King of England, go take a walk. Because at the time, they were all British subjects. They were all subjects of the crown. They all pledged their loyalty and fidelity. Sometime this week, I'm going to go see the George Washington movie, and it's going to be shocking that the Washington movie, you actually have George Washington, the father of our country, wearing a red coat. George Washington, his lifelong dream was, when he was a little kid, remember his father died early, mother raised him, single mom, but one of his earliest dreams, one of the things that he wanted, like, hey, what do you want to do? I want to grow up and be a baseball player. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a nurse. I want to be a cop. I want to be a fireman. I want to be a soldier. If you asked the young George Washington, what did you want to be when you grow up? He wanted to be a member of the British Navy. And as he got older, 22, 23 years old. He wanted to be a redcoat officer. Think about that. The father of our country, his dream was to be a redcoat. He wanted to be a British officer. That's what George Washington wanted to be. And oh boy, how the world would be changed. Where would you be today had it not been for them snubbing him not once, but twice? He was supposed to go back to England to get a higher education, but his dad died. So instead, he was left here in the United States, or the colonies back then, and didn't have the opportunity to go get a higher education in England. And he came down here near Richmond, and he was a surveyor, putting the chops in the back of trees. He was in the militia, and eventually became the father of our country. It's pretty amazing that someone with no education, very little education compared to some of the other founding fathers, but boy, what a difference he made in the world. So again, I ask you this, my fellow countrymen, 833-804-1140, 833-804-1140. What do you love about America as we get ready to celebrate 250? That we get to celebrate George Washington taking that chance, putting his name on all of these documents, saying, I'll be the first leader of a rebellion against the crown. What do you love about this country? And if you can't pick up something to pick up the phone and find something to say that you love this country about, I have a question for you. As we get ready for 250, I talk to so many, especially older people, that kind of look at the way the world is going right now, and I've got plenty of them. And I'm going to tell you, it's rather depressing for me how many people I talk to that say, I don't think we're going to make it to 300. I don't think this country is going to make it to 300 when we get to the tricentennial. And it's kind of scary right now with the way you think you see things going. Would you make it to the tricentennial? 20 years ago, I'm like, absolutely. We're the lone superpower. We'll make it to the tricentennial. Now, I've got a lot of older folks. Like, I look at these kids and where they're going, where their heads are, and I'm not sure we'd make it to the tricentennial. You look at Zohar Mamdani, who now is, the big dog in the Democratic Party. People wonder, would we make it to USA 300? What would that be like? Because so many people are so it's not disenfranchised because you still have your voice, but so many are so disillusioned with the way this country is going that I keep bringing this up. We have to start speaking up about what we love about this country, because if not, you become The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, big superstar, kind of put his toes in politics a little bit last time out and supported Kamala Harris. A lot of his fans got mad. So he goes, okay, listen, I learned that. I touched the stove. I burned myself. I'll never do it again. Comes out and says, I'm not going to get in politics anymore. I'm an entertainer. And you see the left attacking him because it's not good enough to just be quiet. You've got to see their way of doing things, or else we'll come after you, even if you're The Rock. Which makes people think, will we ever get to 300? I see some people chiming in right now, but probably not enough to make me feel really good going into the 4th of July. A couple text messages. The best thing I love about America is, to quote the movie Braveheart, freedom, from Tony. Yeah, we have the freedom to do whatever we want. We have the freedom to make our dreams come true. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Completely agree. I love America. I love that America stands as a glaring example of how to do things right. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The rest of the world is largely filled. I can't say these words you're saying, with miserable, nasty people who would not want moving next door. I'm speaking from experience. Worked in 38 cities, 28 countries around the world, and most of them represented varying degrees of socialism. Some were outright dictatorship police states. They all got it wrong. America comes close to getting it right, from Duke. Hey, Rich, wait here. I love this country. I serve this country in the United States Coast Guard. I love the freedoms, rights, and that we all have. And I'm so thankful to our good Lord for all these blessings we receive and the ones we take for granted. God bless this country. Happy Independence Day. Love you guys. All right. That makes me feel a lot better reading a text message like that from our audience. Because again, you could send a text message in 833-804-1140, or you can call in 833-804-1140. Either way. But as you get ready to stand here at the edge of 250, it's a milestone. But I also realize it's the blink of an eye. Because in the grand scheme of things, America is just a nanosecond compared to these other countries that have been around forever. Whether it's when we went to Italy and we go to Sicily and they talk about, 5,000 years ago, these people conquered us. 5,000 years later, these people are here. You walk through Palermo and you're looking and they go, oh, yeah, that's from when the Normans came here. That's when the Muslims came here. That's when the Greeks came here. That's when the Romans came here. And you think about the United States of America, we're just a blip. We're just a baby compared to these countries around the world. But most of us have taken all of this for granted for so long that you really wonder, will you wake up and understand how important this is that we hand this next generation that seems to be going off this rabbit hole that I'm not sure they understand what they're getting themselves into. But that's up to our generation, Gen X, the boomers that we have, and the older millennials to understand that, you know what, guys, you want all these freedoms. There's a couple different kinds of freedoms. I'll explain in a second. 833-804-1140, 833-804-1140. I can't read. Some of these things I can't read. Socialism leads to communism. I can only read that part. You're going to get me in trouble with the rest of your text messages. I think some people are doing it on purpose. But as you look around to where we're heading to, I think that we're overblown with a lot of things, and a lot of it's clickbait, to be honest with you. I don't give you a lot of clickbait in the morning. Some people would rather have all that clickbait, giving you reasons to be furious of what's going on in the world. I choose not to, because I still think we could bring people together. And I look at the state of Florida, where at one time they were 50-50, just the way that the country is, probably leaning a little bit more blue than they were red. You get Ron DeSantis in there as governor, and he does such a great job that now that's a blue state, or excuse me, a red state all the way through. Solidly Republican. It used to be the biggest toss-up state when I lived there that you'll ever have. Now it's solidly red. Why? Because they saw the difference between when a Republican runs it and when a Republican doesn't. And I think in Virginia, we're seeing the same thing, the difference of where we're going with a blue state that we become, and how this whole thing is just going to start being a mess that's going to go off the cliff, and hopefully it will correct. And all you need is 5% to flip over the other way, and you'll be able to have a 10-point swing, which would put it back in the Republican hands with conservative principles and governance. I love this country as you have the right to fail here. Try and fail. No other country in the world allows you to continue to try and fail without becoming stigmatized. That's what freedom is. James and Chester. That's a great one right there. I think of all the people that have become overnight sensations that took them 50 years to get there, right? Colonel Sanders, everybody knows what KFC is. He didn't get KFC going till he was an old man. So you do have the right to try and fail as many times as you like as an American. You do have as many times to try as you can. All right. We're going to wrap this thing up here in just a second. I'm just going to take a couple minutes. I just want to take a couple minutes, just thank everybody for allowing me to be a part of your mornings as you get ready to go to work. And a lot of you are on vacation or might be listening online. Thank you all very much for letting us be part of Richmond's Morning News. Super Dave, Gary, and I do take this opportunity we have seriously every morning to bring you Richmond's Morning News, and to be here during such a special time in our nation's history means an awful lot to me. I remember the 4th of July. I've had great 4th of July. I've had bad 4th of July. I lost my dog, Saber, when I was a kid once on the 4th of July. Broke my heart. I remember once going to watch the fireworks show, and we were watching outside in our wood panel station wagon, and my sister and I were arguing. My dad said, "If you guys don't knock it off, we're going home." He goes, "Then stay off the roof." And she climbed on the roof. She claims it was me. I know it was her. Either way, he got mad. We didn't get to watch the fireworks. He got just furious, screaming, yelling at us. Took us home. That's it. I'm taking you kids home. And then he felt bad because we were missing the fireworks. We were so sad. In our little house that we were renting, if you stood on the toilet and you kind of craned your head, you can look out the bathroom window on one side of the house and just barely see a sliver of fireworks. But I remember my dad feeling so bad at the 4th of July that he would, he held us up each, and we got to see fireworks for 30 seconds out of one eye. And to the day he died, we'd always laugh about, "Hey, you better knock it off. We're only going to let you watch fireworks with one eye." You will have an opportunity to make great memories that will last a lifetime. This July 4th, please take advantage of them. Please take time to spend special moments with those loved ones. You'll be able to have this story 10 years from now about what's going to go on July 4th, 2026 for the semi-quincentennial. So I hope everybody takes the complete advantage to watch the fireworks, to enjoy the day, be with your loved ones, celebrate this country no matter where you are, what you do. I'll be thinking of all of you. And again, on behalf of me and everybody here at Richmond's Morning News, it does mean a lot to me to be able to sit here in the Commonwealth that gave us, Washington and Jefferson, and talk to you each and every morning. It's the reason I love getting up every day. It's the reason why I don't hit the snooze bar 15 times. I can't wait to get here to talk to you, especially as we come up to such an important day. Our national anthem today is brought to you by Freedom Services and Training, the biggest little gun store in town located in Mechanicsville.
2 minutes.
So this 4th of July, I wish you nothing but the best. Please stay hydrated. It's going to be hot. If you're going out to the Richmond Flying Squirrels game or stadium, give yourself plenty of time. I tried to get there an hour beforehand last time. Never got near the ballpark. I told that to Parney the other day. Give yourself plenty of time. But most of all, just take a moment and sit back and just take it all in. I've told you the story before. I've only been a club broadcaster once for a World Series game. Just once. A friend of mine who had done it multiple times said, "Richie, you got to do yourself a favor. Turn off your phone. Find a seat by yourself and just give yourself 5 minutes to take it all in. Give yourself 5 minutes to take it in. Don't take video. Don't take pictures. Just give yourself 5 minutes and get a mental picture of what this moment's like, because before you know it will be over." And I'm glad I did. As I close my eyes right now, I can see everything. I can see the construction they were doing. I can see them painting the logo on the field. I can see all of that right now. It is so clear in my mind's eye because I took that extra 5 minutes
1 minute
just to enjoy that moment. So I'm going to ask you this 4th of July, do yourself a favor, do me a favor. Wherever you are on the 4th, just take a moment to sit back and just take it all in and just remember all of this, that lifelong memory that you will carry for the rest of your lives and that you could pass on to others as they ask you, what was the 4th of July like for America's 250th birthday? So just take yourself a minute, put your phone away, turn it off, turn everything off. Just sit there
30
and enjoy the moment. And enjoy the moment of the 4th of July. We are so blessed to be alive as we celebrate 250 years of American exceptionalism and this great experiment. So from all of us here at Richmond's Morning News, I thank you all for listening to us. And now our national anthem, brought to you by Freedom Services and Training, the biggest little gun store in town located in Mechanicsville. Thank you so much, and God bless the United States of America.
Please stand for the national anthem of the United States of America.